most of us move through life with a quiet assumption. I'm this person. I know who I am. But what if the identity you protect and promote every day is the biggest illusion of all? When you say me, what exactly are you pointing to? You might point to your body, you might list your roles, parent, partner, friend, professional. You might think of your history, everything that happened to you. But look a little more closely. And this person is not one solid thing. It's a bundle of perceptions that are always shifting, wisps of memory that are incomplete and constantly edited, threads of desire and fear pulling you toward and away, and a body that is continuously changing from moment to moment. We take this moving, flickering process and freeze it into a noun. We freeze the verb into a noun, like taking a photo of a wave, and then we call it me. Your nervous system is constantly receiving signals, sights, sounds, sensations, thoughts. To make sense of all of this, the brain does something brilliant. It tells a story. That story has a character. It stitches together perception, memory, and desire into a single continuous someone. But the continuity is imagined. The you who had breakfast this morning exists now only as a memory. The you worrying about tomorrow exists only as imagination. In direct experience, there is just this: sensations, thoughts, feelings appearing and disappearing in a ceaseless now. The personal I is a useful story, but it's still a story. Now it gets even more interesting. The illusion of a solid me in here comes with a matching illusion, a separate solid world out there. We imagine a hard boundary between subject and object. I am this body-mind and everything else is not me. But if you look closely, both sides of that line are appearing in the same field of awareness. The thought, this is my body, and the feeling of the chair, the sound of my voice, the image on the screen, all of which is arising in one seamless experiencing. The person and the world of matter are two sides of the same coin of illusion. Define a separate self and a separate world appears instantly. Relax the self and the world becomes less rigid too. Why does this illusion matter? Because once the imagined person feels absolutely real, life turns into a struggle to protect it. We grasp at experiences that seem to complete the self. Achievement, approval, control, manipulation. We recoil from everything that threatens it. Failure, rejection, uncertainty. At the root of this is the deepest fear. The person I think I am is going to die. If I believe that I'm only this bundle of memories, desires, and changing flesh, then death looks like the end of everything. Annihilation. So we live in a subtle, constant tension, trying to secure an identity that was never truly solid to begin with. What happens if you begin to question this? Right now, without changing anything, notice there's awareness of the body, awareness of thought, awareness of emotions. Everything you call me is something you can observe, which means it cannot be what you truly are. What you are is this open, borderless awareness in which the idea of a person appears. The story of me continues. It can still play its useful role in daily life, but it is no longer mistaken for your deepest identity. And when the person is seen as a passing pattern in awareness, pattern recognition, even the fear of that person's death begins to soften. What you are as awareness itself is not born and does not end. So is your identity as a person an illusion? Well, not in the sense that nothing is here, but in the sense that it doesn't exist the way you think it does. When you see this clearly, it doesn't become vague or meaningless. It becomes lighter, more loving, and more intimate because you're no longer defending an illusion. I hope this helps. If it does, feel free to share it with others, and thank you for being here on the Chopra Well. Tattvamasi. Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. Aham Brahmasmi.